Now approaching the ring from Syracuse, Captain Mike Rotunda, and his partner from Boston, Kevin Sullivan. Whoa! Their opponents tonight from Michigan, Rick and Scott Steiner.
Here it comes, Bob Carter. We waited for it, the TV main event. And, brother, I got to first say that next week we're going to have the new tag champs right here. And it was really great, Bob, to hear from the champ, Ric Flair.
That's right. And, Lance, next week, by the way, or the weekend of July 1st, as a matter of fact, the champion's going to be right here, and he's going to tell us his plans for the future. That's something we've really been looking forward to. And I know wrestling fans around the world are just wondering and wanting to know what is the champion going to do and what are his plans for the future.
Well, there's a lot of rumors going around.
I don't want to go over there.
Well, we'll hear it. We'll wait to hear from the champ himself. Okay, I want to get right here on this match because we've got the Steiners, Rick and Scott. Scott, the younger brother, and Mike Rotunda, Captain Mike, and Coach Kevin Sullivan, and listen to the crowd.
Grudge match and bad blood all the way between these four, and we saw it spill over last week right here in our program, and this is a culmination of really what happened there.
Well, the idea is you don't let Sullivan mess around the ringside. The best way is to put him in the ring, then he's part of it. He goes in, chopping on Scott Steiner, the youngest of the Steiner brothers, taken across the ring. He blocked, smashes Sullivan's head right to your living room, back across the ring, and look at this youngster from Bay City, Michigan go. He nailed him solid. Steiner showing him what he's made of. And here's Rick Steiner grabbing Captain Mike. Is this a brother team or what, Bob?
Boy, all four of them in there for a moment, and the Steiners were clearing the ring and cleaning house with Kevin Sullivan and Rotunda. And there again, you got to look at Teddy Long with that notepad of his out taking notes out there. By the way, we talked about the Great American Bash. We talked about the great things. You know, you're going to be seeing Norman around in there. There's a guy that doesn't have an elevator, much less going all the way to the top.
Scott Steiner still in there with Kevin Sullivan. He's fired across the ring. Nice leapfrog, back off the rope, under the top, comes up with a drop kick, and Scott still in good control. Can you imagine the Steiners joined by Dr. Death, Steve Williams, going against the fabulous Freebirds, all three of them, and that's a six-man tag match coming up.
And what about Lex Luger? That's something I really don't understand either, Lance. And, you know, Lex Luger, Rick Steamboat, who is really the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship? We're going to be finding that out during the Great American Bashes. And fans, when the American Bash is in your area, be sure you're there. You don't want to miss the Great American Bash until now underway. The hot summer is here, and it's going to be hot throughout the Great American Bash.
Good, solid fireman's carry move, and Rick Steiner better have a talk with Alex there. A dandy coming out of the Syracuse place, Captain Mike. But Steiner takes him to the rope. Good, clean break. I can't say the same thing for Rotunda. Now Steiner takes him, shovels him into the rope. Big elbow, puts him down. There's a cover. 1, 2, and he almost had it. But Rotunda with a right shoulder up, grabs the hair as referee Tommy Young starts the count. Look at Steiner. He knows how to get out of the
fight. He's going to get out of it one way or the other. He just was biting Rotunda right on the arm and on the wrist. Now goes over to have a word or two with the referee. Grab him by the top of the hair. Here's a man that for his size, I don't think there's anybody in the world any stronger, any more powerful for his size than this man right here, Rick Steiner.
Look at the upper body this guy has on him. He is something else. Standing side head, takes him to the corner. Kevin Sullivan, another one that has a lot of that power right in the upper body, comes in behind Rick Steiner, hooks him with that reverse chin lock, and he's got it definitely on the chin. This particular time, they caught the coach in one that is totally legal. We had never said he couldn't wrestle, Sometimes I say he doesn't wrestle. He loves to roughhouse. He is a brawler. Backs Rick Steiner in the corner. Referee says, come on, bring it up. Take it out of there. He goes to chop. Steiner sends a right hand to do his work and puts Sullivan down in the center of the ring.
And he showed you right here, Lance, some of the tremendous power in that upper body and the power that he has in that blow. Watch out. He's going to be double teamed now.
In between them, look at that Rick Steiner fight his way out. He's about to lose as he tells Rotunda, come on, get in here. And Kevin Sullivan, he gets a little scary when you stare at him because he is so intense when he starts to lose it. There's a tag on Scott Steiner. Scott takes over for brother Rick, whips that arm around. Rick's still in there saying, you take that side, I'll take this side, and never the twain shall meet.
And this double team is turnabout fair play is the way the Steiners are doing it right now. Watch out. Over the
referee, one look and boom, send him right over the top rope, Bob. Rick Steiner being drawn in as Mike Rotunda comes around the ring, gets on Scott Steiner, hammers him while the referee is sending Rick back outside the ring, and now Scott trying to climb in. Sullivan won't let him get in cleanly, grabs him by the hair, drives him into the corner. Big chop into him. Oh, reversal by Scott Steiner. Here comes Scott, driving into the center, and he's caught. Down a little bit too quick. Gotta watch the crazy vent. Kevin Sullivan. Mike Rotunda takes over. Goes for the drop kick, and he isn't the only one that does a trick or two. Scott Steiner put him down.
This is great explosive action, fans. The Great American Bash. Put Dr. Death in there with these two right here. Match them all up against the fabulous Freebirds at the Great American Bash. Boy, what have you got then, Lance?
You have what it says, a Great American Bash available to you. Beautiful move, Steiner. Puts him down. Somebody had him on a double team. Steiner goes outside the ring with Kevin Sullivan. Scott Steiner on the other side with Mike Rotunda. They're battling down on the floor. Good, solid, straight right hand from Sullivan. Scott and Rotunda trading licks. Referee Tommy Young is counting on them. They're both outside on the floor. We may have a double count.
Yeah, it's out of control.
That's going to be it. He says, ring the bell. They're all counted out on the brawl on the floor. It had to happen. We knew it right there. When you bring these four together, the explosion starts. What a sensational match.
Both teams have been counted out on the floor. The match is over.
We need some help.